I'm so glad you both enjoyed the shoot day. What I'm more interested in is, did you end up going on any dates?
All right, BM, here we go. BM is like, come on now. Come on.
Did you continue speaking? Has the match developed? I want to hear all about it.
Again, it's gonna be
The way
ladies
you're
first.
both smiling, first of all. Go on, give me the tea. What happened? Did you guys go on a date that night, or did you wait a couple of days?
Oh no, we did go on a date that night. We did have a date every week. We met up
BM sitting there up there. He's sitting up there in the corner like, go on.
once a week.
Ooh.
Yeah, so on that night we left the show, we went to Regent Street, we had a long walk, which was really nice actually, and we went to my favorite coffee shop and we just sat there. Then we went for another stroll down like Oxford Street and saw the lights.
Okay.
And then we ended up getting food, didn't we? We got
Who took these pictures? These are nice pictures.
food.
I don't know if I'd call it food, but
Yeah, food. And some of my friends came along, so Joshua got to meet some of my friends, and eventually I met his sister because she also came along with her friends. So it was really lovely. It was really nice.
Okay, already met the family. Okay,
Nice one.
all right.
So you saying you met each other's friends? That was on that same night. You met family and friends on that same night.
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it was very sort of spontaneous. So yeah.
Okay.
So, guys, I feel like something's up.
Yes.
What?
How are you now? Like, how's it going now?
Oh man, here we go. I knew it. Probably because it's something. There's like little weird silences in the beginning, like and then the attitude now is kind of like, yeah, we did go on days. It sounds like he wants to say, but some. I don't know. The energies, it seems kind of off. I think I know what he's talking about.
Let's have Josh. Let me.
Yeah,
hear
no,
you.
yeah, I'm happy to go. We are. I mean, we've taken a step back. I think because of how the show perhaps maybe accelerated things very quickly, as opposed to how things would be more on a sort of natural basis. So we're just kind of trying to establish a friendship first, and then see where things can maybe go from there.
You know, you can do that still whilst dating.
No, I know, but I think for me, just the intensity of things was a lot more than I was used to. I think obviously because the show, you just kind of just meet someone and it's like 100 miles an hour very quickly. Whereas
Okay, he's got a
on
point.
a normal basis, there'd be
He's got a
sort of
point.
a more progression towards it. So I wasn't really, I wasn't expecting that. That's what I would say.
So would you say it was your call to slow things down, or
Well, hold on. He could have just said we're still getting to know each other. You know what I mean? We're still in contact with each other. He should have just said that. That would have been cool.
or was the conversation had? Did something specific happen
Yeah.
that caused this kind of setback a little bit?
Nothing specific happened. No, we've had like open conversations about it. So yeah.
Okay, Karolina.
What does taking a step back look like though? Like, what is that? Y'all just stop talking to each other, like, period, or?
I don't know what to say. He said it all. I think
Oh, she agrees. Okay.
I think on our first date, it felt like we'd known each other forever. Like we literally clicked, and it was such a good vibe. And the day that followed, we tried to keep in touch. And obviously, Josh is very busy, and there's a few conversations that took place about his communication.
Y'all unwrapping gifts. He got his tank top on. Y'all in the house. Y'all put it on video and did all. What is going on?
And the delay in his responses and stuff like that. And he did mention a couple of times that he was just trying to take things slow and trying to build a strong foundation.
Look at BM like, goddamn.
To my surprise, however, as I was trying to adapt, he popped up and said that he thinks we should stop because he's not emotionally available, which I respect, to be fair.
Stop completely. Dude, dramatic things happen like this to the point that, like I said earlier, why did you even come on the show? Did you got something going on in your personal life you don't want to say? Were you previously secretly married? Because I've seen T. Pendel talk about this type of stuff, right? And he has said on Arlette's on BM's wife version of the show, Arlette's, people would hit him up, and hit him in his DMs, and women and men will be talking about how the person they matched with still be going over their ex's house. Oh, they're still in a relationship with such and such. They be messing with their baby daddy, baby mama still all the time, or just came on a vacation with the ex or the boyfriend or whatever before they broke up. Then they went on the show the next day, and I hear about the craziest stuff ever. It sounds like something. One of y'all got something going. I don't know. Well, he's the one who wanted it to stop, so maybe he got something else going on. He don't want to say.
So I respected his, his decision. That's it.
So am I correct in thinking that currently there's zero communication between the both of you?
I mean, we speak from time to time, like friends, as in like just
Okay.
checking in, to see how's work. That's it, like probably once a week, if anything. Right?
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Oh, guys.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like you guys need to tell the truth because this is not pop the balloon and find friends.
Oh yeah,
you lot came on there and you matched to build something, right? And for it to have started off so well, something must have happened, or
Yeah.
somebody must have said, you know what, I don't want this anymore. Because
Well, we know who did that. He's right under you. But what was the actual reason? What are y'all hiding?
I
Or what is he hiding?
kind of sense that Karolina wants more than friendship, and I think maybe Josh, you don't want anything more.
no, I mean, I think from my perspective, I think given how intense things were, I was finding it difficult to bring sort of the emotional side necessary.
Was she asking for more than what you like? Was she demanding things like, I need you to be here all the time, or I need this, or da da da? And you being a lawyer and whatever else you do in your life, it was interfering with that, and you weren't ready for that. And that was part of the it's too fast part for you, maybe.
Like to match sort of Carolina going forward. So that's kind of why I was finding it difficult to sort of mesh the two together. So that's why I feel like I wanted to sort of take a step back and maybe take things a bit of a much slower pace. That was my sort of thinking going through the process.
So do you feel like you like her? Let me ask this question, Karolina. Do you like Josh like more than friends?
I did.
Did
Josh, did you like Karolina? Did you see her like as someone that you could? Did you fancy her? Was you attracted to her?
No, of course that's why I kept her balloon unpopped. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you're saying that the emotional side is what's not connecting.
That was the biggest issue for me. Yeah.
And what is it about the emotional side that was?
yeah? What is it? We want to know.
It's a tough one to explain, really.
No, it's not. Well,
I was just finding it difficult because I think Caroline is very intuitive and she's very in touch with that side, and I was finding it difficult to match her level. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we need to
Did
know
you
now.
have
What
open
what level?
communication?
What was the
Yeah.
level that you was trying to match? What was it about her that you was finding difficult to match? What was? Cause you said it was intense. I feel like you mean like it was too fast for you. This all happened too fast, and
Yeah.
you didn't expect it to go at this pace, which is understandable.
That part made sense, but there's something else you don't want to say.
The thing is, now it's like Karolina she might be feeling like, what did I do wrong? So maybe she wants some answers to why
Yeah.
you didn't
Was she not good in the bedroom or something like that? Of course, you don't want to say that here, but is that what it is?
reach her level that you're talking about.
I think we've had one or two conversations about that. Like I said, I don't have anything negative to say about Carolina. She's actually a really lovely woman. So I didn't have anything negative to say. It wasn't anything about what she did. I think it might have been just an incompatibility.
Hey, she's going too fast. That's a negative for you. You're moving too fast. I think you need to slow down. That's all I can figure out from that. That's all we know, bro. Like, you're not saying nothing.
In that sense. So there isn't really anything negative to say.
Okay. And Karolina, did you when you had a conversation about this?
Hey, y'all watching from overseas, wherever y'all watching from, this happens in America too. It's the same thing. There's only so many ways you can go about a situation when you're dating, whether somebody's off emotionally, moving too fast, off. It's the same thing. You can't even go, American girls always do this, and UK girls always do this. No. American men do this, UK men do this. I'm just talking about those two places. Like, dude, you can't. It's not. It's the same shit. It's the same thing, bro. Like, we deal with the same thing here. So
We had a conversation. To be fair, I just had to finish off the story and just find my closure with saying that he wasn't into me, if that makes sense. Because I do believe that we make time for what we value and effort, and we make excuses for what we don't. So for me, I would never advise anyone to stick with someone just for the sake of, I like the person. I feel like we should both fill into each other's cup, and we had this conversation. And because I wouldn't advise anyone to just, stay. I, from the time he showed me that, and I had 2 conversations with him, I wasn't willing to, because I was willing to until I was no longer willing to when he came and he was like, I think we should stop for now. So that for now didn't sit well with me. So it was
there got to be some red flags that you seen over her house or something, dude. I don't know who went over whose house or whatever house the video was taken in. Y'all unwrapping gifts. I don't know who's, but there had to be some red flags that you don't want to say about her.
like either we stop or we try work this out. And yeah, he seemed emotionally stuck, and I'm nobody's therapist to sit there and figure it out for them. So I've respected his decision. So he's
Did you lose your job or something?
allowed to figure it out. And I think perhaps for the right person, he will be emotionally available. And perhaps I'm not the right person.
Did this only happen once? Like you had a conversation and then you stopped, or
No,
was
it
it
happens
more
twice. I'm a very expressive
twice?
person. I'm a
Twice.
very expressive person. When something's wrong, nothing Joshua would notice about me. When something's off, I talk about it, and I will try to break it down in the easiest digestible format possible. And we've had this conversation, I think, a couple of times, Joshua, didn't you?
I'd say maybe 3 times. I think first time it was more me who, I think we had a phone call, and I mean, it was more of a mutual, but I initiated it, and then the second 2 times, obviously you.
Yeah. And I think the third time I even came down to London and I met up with you. We sat face to face and we had the conversation. And I even said, it's okay. Sometimes you match with someone and you think this is what you want, and then you realize later that actually this is not what I want. And it's okay to speak up. Joshua said that wasn't the case, but a week later, he
Okay.
said, actually, I'm not ready for this. So I said,
A week later, I think my man is dealing with somebody else or somebody from the past, or he might have met somebody. He's like, I think I'm gonna move on because I found somebody better, or I'm still attached to something in the past, and I just had homegirl over here last night and we made up, so I don't think we gonna work out. And then you come and do this interview, you don't want to say that because that's gonna piss everybody off even more. It's gonna make you look bad on the internet. And BM is gonna be, like, oh, you got something going on in your why you on the show? She still got that going on, trying to look for something. You messing around, playing with everybody's time, wasting time, and all this other stuff, right? Or whatever he would be thinking or say, but this is just making him look bad in another way because it feels like you just holding back, and then now just don't nobody know where to go with you. But
I
don't
just,
know.
I understand that we in different parts emotionally. So we've got different views and on that aspect specifically. The reason he gave me didn't sit well with me because I was very confused. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, what's going on here? Like,
usually that means he messing with somebody else, bro.
But I just meet people
most of the time, but that don't mean that's what it is.
Joshua, do you feel like you're ready for
a new relationship? Say a new, and stress the word new.
Serious relationship right now?
You're obviously nodding your head. I think
the answer is no. Obviously, right?
It's a difficult one because obviously I've said a few things, and it's a difficult question. I think I am, but I think just given the speed of things
No. Wait. Hold on. She said, "Fam, I don't think he's into me." Like, for real. She literally just said, "I think that's what it is." She said, "Yo, fam," and look at her face. Like, come on, man. You know you're not into me, dog. You know you're not into me. Like we was cool at first. You was ready to go, and then you just not into me. Now, why? We still don't know what the red flags were. You know what I mean? But hey,
I normally prefer more of a natural sort of way of a relationship forming, and I felt like
I
just given the
prefer it too.
speed of things that
I
it
prefer
just
natural too.
came across as quite unnatural. So the emotional like maturity inside of the relationship didn't really sort of develop in the same way for me. That's what I would have said.
So if you was to meet somebody out on the street, for you that's more natural. Is that what you're insinuating here?
No, but like I think there's time to sort of build that base. I would say it's not just going from 0 to 100.
But that's
Which
what that's what I'm confused about, because you came
Well, for him, it was pop the balloon and find friends because he likes it to start off his friendship, then da 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 whoop de whoop. And BM said it's not pop the balloon or find that at all. It's not pop the balloon to find friends. He's like, I'd rather have it start off as friends. I do like the natural aspect better. I like meeting somebody naturally, getting to know him, hanging out a few times, becoming friends for a little while, and then we hit it off in another department. I like that way too. But when you come on this show, you know, things gonna go at 100 most of the time. Sometimes the girl be cool. Okay, we can be friends. Okay, cool. His situation is still a mystery, but when I be watching this, a lot of times I do say, like, if there's a bunch of people that are still up and they're to like the fourth or fifth guy, and there's only like 5 or 6 people on the show total that are gonna come up and step up to the plate and take on the panel of women or men, whoever's up there, I always say, man, somebody got matched with somebody. God dang, ain't no matches yet? Dang, I do be kind of rushing it in my head. I be like, man, one of y'all got to match with somebody. So in my head, I'm just throwing people together. Like, you might as well match with them just because y'all look good together. I know from the surface level, but then things like this happen. I get it. You know what I mean? But at least they matched. They tried. You know what I mean? So
on the show,
Yeah.
you match and you have time to build a base, which is what you're saying. Now,
Yeah.
the question is, was Karolina allowing you to, take it slow? When you asked her to take it slow, was she allowing
Yeah.
that for that to happen?
And that's what I'm trying to sort of build to. I think there's maybe sort of an incompatibility there between us on that aspect of maybe how quickly maybe things should have progressed, or maybe you would have wanted things to progress. Obviously, I'm speaking only from my side, but that was my impression of things.
So are you saying that she wasn't willing to take it slow?
I'm not saying that she wasn't willing to. I think perhaps
I was just
there
saying
was
that.
obviously we had the conversation. We went for
I
a
was
coffee.
just saying that.
We had the conversation, and there was obviously an incompatibility with how quickly she wanted to take things and how quickly I wanted to take things.
Okay, so if you like someone, then you have to communicate with a person, and because you both have to adapt. If one person is taking things too fast, one person wants to take it slow.
Yeah.
You both have a conversation,
And try to find
try to
balance.
adapt to each other, right? So, Karolina, was you willing to take it slow with Joshua?
100%. But
No,
all I
hey.
asked for was to communicate. I don't expect you to talk to me 24/7. I expect you to just let me know,
So what was the communication style?
He didn't want to feel obligated.
Like, was it taking long to reply, or what was going on?
He's very busy. Let's just say he's a lawyer. He's got a great social life. He's very busy,
But I
Oh,
feel like
he has a great social life. Okay.
you guys communicated. You would go on dates every other weekend.
because
You
I
had a lot of
suggested
face-to-face meetups and stuff like that.
I suggested all of those dates.
Oh shit! Damn. There you go. That always happens.
I was forcing. Obviously, when I mentioned it, he was very receptive of it, and he would be like,
Hold on, BM. Hold on. We getting to it.
"Yeah, sure, let's do this," So I'll be like, "When are we meeting?" And he would check in and say, "Oh yeah, we can meet on this day." But he's never actually came up to say, "Let's meet." It was me mentioning it and him finding a time and finding an activity or, things to do, which was really lovely, by the way. So I think there's just incompatibilities. How do you say it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Incompatibilities. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I just feel like, as I said, I feel like for the right person, Joshua will be available,
Right.
But
I think it's just important, even for the people watching, just to bear in mind, like, when you're coming on this show, it's about being intentionally ready. Like, we're all very busy, but you know, and I think Karolina said, you make time for the things that you want and the things that you value and stuff like that. Not saying, Josh, that you did,
but also saying, when you match with somebody on this show, it's not always going to work out. It's not always going to work out. Of course, people think, you know, they BM act like it's always supposed to work out, but it's not a mutual separation this time. This time is just like he was just like, yo, I had to stop it. Like, I just stopped communicating. And it just made it sound like they just stopped communicating, period, because he just stopped talking to her. And he looks like his energy's down in the drain. And she's just like, I don't want to say her energy's not down in the drain, but her energy's not as sad as his seems like. His energy seems like drained. Somebody been sucking his energy away. He seemed kind of like a zombie. And she just like, hey, yo, fam, he don't like me, bro. He probably just don't like me. He just ain't into me, dog. Like, for real. So I don't know what happened. He just stopped talking to me. He ain't rocking with it. That's it. She kind of getting straight to the point. He seemed like he hiding something. So
no, we did. You know, we went on. You know, we met up a couple times. So the space of a month, I think we met up.
I think she's thinking some things too that she's just not saying.
Full time. We met up
four times. Yeah.
every week. Yeah, we did met.
that's pretty
4
good.
times. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I was too intentional. I was very intentional with everything that I did. I'm not saying that you wasn't, Josh. You were intentional, but I just feel like where
Just
I
at different
give
speeds,
100,
maybe.
I feel like when I give 100%, I was getting breadcrumbs. And I did mention this to you, Joshua. This is not new news. I told him that I just feel like I deserve a lot more than just crumbs. And you know, if I am to adapt to you, you need to at least meet me somewhere. You can't just sit back and let me do the whole drive. So yeah.
I think just some context from my perspective. In the past, I have been in like relationships where things have gone from 0 to 100. Obviously, I explained that to Karolina when we met up, but I think that was sort of the angle I was going at, was just trying to purposefully slow things down, and I think that wasn't probably the best in terms of the situation. Obviously, that meant that we were a bit more incompatible in that respect as well.
I feel like, because she said that she was willing to take it slow. And you know, Josh, you're the man. You know, you're the one that's really the man is the one that's putting in, you know, trying to maneuver things.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if she was willing to take it slow, there should have been a conversation. You know, there should have been some action to that to see what could really happen. Because you both look great together.
Something.
You know, people really.
I mean, I said that. I said, okay, this looks like a great couple. They look good together. Like when I was watching it, I said, okay, this definitely got to work out.
Did love you.
You would think just by looks, right? But of course, we've seen all type of relationships like go to shit
on the show.
Absolutely.
And you know,
see, look at this. Looks wonderful. Look at that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, she looks very familiar too. But at the same time, you know, you see couples that look good together, look great, perfect, fabulous, have a perfect family together, like Christy Sarah and her husband. I forgot his name. They look perfect together. High school sweethearts, got a big old house. They like millionaires or something, making hundreds of $1,000s a year, doing content. One cooks, one does shopping content and other stuff with the kids and all that. And they're doing very well for themselves in life. And they got divorced. Financially stable and everything, just incompatible. That's it. You know what I mean? So, hey.
It boils down to like one person just not wanting to put much effort into it anymore. Because if you're talking about communication, Karolina, you're saying that there wasn't communication. If I was to ask you, how long was you guys not talking for? Like, if one person wrote to somebody, one person called someone, like, how long was the gap of the communication? How long was it?
Am I to answer?
I mean,
and anybody can answer.
I think it would vary. Sometimes I'd reply. I think there's just, for me, it's not really an in between. I'll either reply quickly, or I'm just going to take a long time to reply. That's probably what I would say.
So what are we talking about? 10 hours a day? What are we talking about?
Like 4 days.
If it's quick, it's, within 30 minutes. And if it's slow, it can be anything between 2 hours and 20 hours.
That's
2
fine.
2 hours and 20 hours.
That's fine. But look, fam, we're not in high school. All right. If I was BM, I would have been like, so was y'all not talking for days, like a week at a time, 5 days? I would have stressed it out to the day because people be busy. I know married couples that don't be texting each other for like a whole couple of days, and they know each other. They coming back to the house, or pick up something from the store, or something, a little text or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. Like, come on, we ain't in high school. I would just clock it by days, by hours. I ain't, people be busy all day.
But he's very busy. He works on different projects, so it's understandable that he.
No, that's fine. At the end of the day, guys, I never use that busy excuse to my significant other because I'm a very busy man. You might as well call me BM, busy man. But I think it's very important, like you said, Karolina, you have to make time for the things that you want to make time for.
100%.
It's very important, guys, and even just moving forward. I hope that everyone takes this as a lesson. You might miss out on somebody because you're too busy doing something that you feel like you have to do these things. But let's be honest, there's 24 hours in a day. Nobody's going to spend every single second being busy. So you have to make time for what you want. Yeah, it's sad that it didn't work out with you guys, but I'm happy that you're both mature about it. Do you think that you two could ever revisit this situation? I feel like maybe there's still something in there.
Yeah,
Maybe
leave the door open a little bit, guys. Don't shut it completely.
Completely shut. I feel like
if they do get back together, y'all got to come back because y'all owe us the explanation. Well, at least he do. She was kind of on point. Like, man, you don't like me, dog. So I don't know.
Wow.
I don't
completely
know.
shut. Like, I feel like,
Or is it something both of them know? And just, hey, when we go in there, we're just gonna say this, or I'm just gonna say this, or whatever else. You know what I'm saying? So we don't look too bad on camera. Y'all think this was planned by both of them, and they came up with a strategy to, kind of make them both, yeah, hey, I'm gonna look a little bit worse when I say this, but when I say this, I ain't gonna look that bad. We gonna do it like that. We gonna make it work like that. We gonna, BM's gonna annoy the hell out of BM, but we gonna make it work. Just like, man.
when a man knows that, and this is the thing, BM, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you're a man. When a man wants someone, she will feel it, she will know it, she will smell it, he will be there and showing up. If you don't want someone, you will bring out all the excuses that you're busy. So I feel like I would never enter a room and force myself in a room where I am not valued. I would much rather be single than to do that. And I do like Josh a lot. He's a lovely guy. Honestly, like, amazing guy. Very beautiful soul, and we used to pray together. Actually, we didn't mention that. We used to pray together every week, which was really nice. So he's a very nice guy,
Really?
Oh, guys.
Yeah, we're not revisiting that. I think he's.
Oh, I guess religion wasn't strong enough, huh? That didn't even. Because the first thing, a lot of people, I haven't seen it on this show really. If I can't remember if I seen it, but in America on our Let's, they used to go, I need a man that puts God first, or I need a man that really is about his walk with Jesus. Make sure he's right on that path first before anything, and they stress on that so hard, and the relationships still be failing.
Got loads going on for him, and he's probably gonna, if he hasn't yet, he's probably gonna meet the right one for him soon.
Well, Josh, do you feel the same? There's no revisiting. The door's completely shut.
Yeah, Josh, why you look like that, bro?
How do you feel?
Why you look like that the whole time?
I just think, like I said, I found it difficult to connect on an emotional level. I was struggling on that aspect, so for me, that's quite an important thing. And I don't think it's anything to do with Karolina or anything she did.
Hold on, BM. Ask him in his past relationships. Did you have the same problem? Was it them, or was it the emotional? Not to get all in your business or whatever, but I'm just saying, was that a problem that you had in your past relationships? Was it some of them moved that fast, or?
Like I said, I have nothing bad to say about her. She's a lovely woman, very intelligent, obviously very beautiful as well. But I think that for me, that was something that was missing. I don't think that's through fault of anyone, particularly not Karolina, but that was just something that I was finding difficult to sort of find. So I probably would agree with what Karolina said.
Okay. Well, it's such a shame.
Can I add something? I just feel like Josh hasn't completely healed from his previous relationship. Well, I do feel that. And I say the reason why I'm going to justify myself, and I'm not saying that just to put
I
you on
know
the
how you're gonna.
spot.
I know how you're gonna justify it, but okay.
Exactly. But like, because we had this conversation, I'm not saying that to put you on the spot or for anything, but I just feel like
You know what I mean?
a
Put him
lot
on
of
the
people
spot.
would say they've healed from a relationship, and,
That nigga already on the spot.
they're ready for whatsoever. But I feel like once you've healed from something, you don't use it as a reason to block you from entering something else. Because I do appreciate that, you've mentioned that you were it went from 0 to 100, and you trying to slow things down purposely. And just because you went from 0 to 100 with someone else and it didn't work out doesn't mean that if you do the same thing with a complete different person, the same result would happen. I do appreciate that, if you repeat the same thing and expect a different result, that's a bit silly. But we're talking about different individual in this scenario.
Well, look, even when they match on this show, even though BM says it's not pop the balloon or find friends, and we understand that. But the thing is, before, like when Arlette or somebody go, hey, you got any last questions for this person? You got any last questions for you or you, whatever? Then they go, is this a match? Yes. But when they say, do you have any last questions? You know what they say? They usually say on the show, hey, yeah, on the first date, we could talk about that. Okay, so there's more questions. We still don't know if it's going to work. Oh, yeah, on the first date, we could, go more into that so we could see what's what. Or they say, oh, I would like to get to know him more on our first date. Yeah, but when you get to know somebody, you're still going to figure out more things that you might not like. You know what I mean? So, it kind of is pop the balloon and find. It's more like pop the balloon and we gonna see what's up. Pop the balloon or maybe. I don't know.
People are completely different. It's like me coming up, and I think I've never ever brought up my ex in our conversations. Whatever happened there, whatever trauma I had there, I just worked on it, healed, left it behind. You were a completely different person, and I just met you in that space, and I was like, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like going forward, perhaps you should just,
some people can do what she did. Some people can just jump from person to person and just straight up detach, like boom. He's way more emotionally different than what she is. He's the type to attach, or maybe one relationship he had in the past really got him to a point to where he really, really, really liked the person. And this show was a way for him to try to move on, to kind of force himself out of what he was going on in the past. I mean, he's still attached, you know what I mean? And she's the type to just go from person to person. Like, look, I ain't really attached to nobody like that. I know how to control my emotions in a certain way. I act a certain way, different than what he does. So they're complete opposites emotionally. That's what it looks like right now.
Because something was in front of you.
Okay. I mean, I completely understand your perspective. For me, I don't think that's something I would change, just because I feel like the past is something you can learn from. So that's definitely something that I would not, it's definitely something, it's a lesson that I will take forward. And whether I implement it into the same degree or not depends on the situation. But it's definitely something that I would still have in the back of my mind going forward with any partner.
So, Josh, are you still not quite over your?
No, like I said, I'm 100% over my ex, but for me, there's lessons to be learned from a previous relationship, I think, and if you ignore them or repeat them, then that's obviously going to be, I don't think that's a good thing to do.
No, I understand that. But when you have somebody,
how long ago was your last relationship? BM, let's get to it.
In front of you that's completely different to the previous person, using some of the stuff that happened in the past, bringing it over here, don't you think that could also affect what you have in the future?
I can understand that perspective, of course, yeah. But I think it also boils down to sort of me as a person. I think the more time you give something to sort of flourish naturally, the more you get to learn someone's on a deeper level, and you don't sort of overlook certain things, and you sort of learn the person deeply, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you really want, take time, to really get to know somebody deeply. But she was willing to do that. Let me give you guys an example, right? If I ask you a question, would you ever go back No, let me ask you a question. Do you all have phones, right? You all have phones. What phones do you have? What phone do you have, Diamond?
16 Pro Max.
You have an iPhone. Josh, what phone do you have?
What analogy are you trying to do?
The latest one, 17 Pro. Yeah.
Okay, and Karolina, what
I
phone do
have
you
the
have?
same phone as Joshua.
She copied me, but okay.
Okay, so we all have iPhones, right? If I ask you a question, would you ever go back to an iPhone 12?
No.
Why would I?
Why would you go back to an iPhone 12? Why would you not go back to iPhone 12?
Quality. It's just
okay.
not.
Dude, he said 12. He had to go all the way back. All the way back to like way, like this way. I guess I was like, he comparing the X's to phones, but I guess he's comparing it to, you know, what he just said. Somebody that's completely different than the new girl. You know what I'm saying? They two completely different things. So BM's trying to say your family X is trash. She ain't even like that. She's slow. She
The same.
Okay, cool. So there's a reason why you won't go back to an iPhone 12. The only reason why you will go back to an iPhone 12 is if you really love that iPhone.
I mean, that makes sense.
Because there's no need for you to go back, because all the new things that's coming out now makes sense for you to be up to date with the new iPhone. So if you're going back to iPhone 12, it's because there must be something that you really love about that iPhone. And you're always going to go back to that iPhone and say, I just love this feature. I love something about this iPhone. So it's kind of like in relationships, right? If you're always going to be going back to the times that you loved about somebody, or you had great times with this person, it's always going to be affecting you in the future. So it's very important for you to try to focus on future things, because the future things that you have, that the future woman that you have is always going to be thinking, oh, maybe he hasn't healed,
No,
so
that's why I understood that perspective you were coming from. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope the best for you both. And I did hear as well a lot about group chats as well. I hope you guys are not involved in these.
Oh, y'all got group chats out there too? See? It's the same damn thing. Unless they heard about what's going on here in these group chats here in America. These group chats crazy. Fam, these group chats, they be taking group pop the balloon vacations, dog. With the men and women. Y'all crazy.
Group chat stuff. But I wish you both the best, and I hope that you both do find love. Josh, I hope you find love, man. I really do.
Yeah. Thank you.
Carolina as well.
Yeah, pick your energy up. Grab some coffee or something. You're thinking about something that's really holding you down right now.
Let
Unless that's just how you are. I don't know.
me know in the comments if you want me to bring back Carolina on the show. Seems like she's
Yeah, she ready.
she's looking ready for love. And
I don't think I'll come back. I'm too scared.
oh, you're too scared to come back now. Oh wow.
I'm too scared. Who said that? No, I'm too scared to come back. I feel like I'm a very private person when it comes to my life, and like especially my romantic life. So me coming out was, me stepping into a different zone, and I'm still shaking from it because I'm not. Everyone got so excited. Literally, everyone is so in love with Josh. They're like, "Oh my god, Joshua! Oh my god, he's so lovely," and this and that. And then now they're all gonna find out that Joshua, it's not worked out. So, yeah.
But like nothing bad happened. So I think it was just like an incompatibility thing. So
Yeah. Definitely.
Man,
It
y'all be
definitely
all
didn't
right.
sound like anything bad or negative or whatever the case is. Like this
It didn't sound like anything. Nobody knew what it was.
is not a scandal, okay, guys?
I said that too. I threw that in there.
It's not a scandal. It's just a shame, the
Or did I? I'm going to throw it in there if I didn't earlier.
bricks have
Scandal.
laid out the way that they have been laid out. Because like
Maybe.
you said, when your episode came out, a lot of people were rooting for you guys. You looked absolutely amazing together. But, dating and relationships is far more than just that. There's a lot of background work that has to be put into it as well. Very sad, but I do wish you both individually the very best.
All right. Yeah, I wish y'all both the best too. That's it. I'm done. Y'all be playing around too goddamn much. Homegirl said, dude, you don't like me. You don't like me, bro. And you're not over your ex. She was straight. I ain't gonna lie. maybe somebody in the comments gonna point out other stuff that I didn't pay attention to, you know, other possibilities that it could be. But so far, it looked like she was straight to the point. Dog, you don't like me, and you still like your ex, and you thought I was moving too fast, and you just stopped talking to me. And she's just like, yo, fam, I don't know where else to go from here. That's why I was like, fam, maybe she's not good enough in the bedroom, and you don't want to say that, or some of the red flags, or you don't want to seem mean, or something like that. That's just on the surface level. Other than that, people can have their conspiracies and look deeper up on in if you can. Now, I'm not examining their Instagrams or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff people might have found out about these two or something that she's doing this or he's doing that, or this what it really might be. I DM'd this person and ooh, I got this info on somebody, or people might actually know these people in real life that are putting out stuff, and people be finding people's friends' Instagrams and videos and saying what it really was and blah, 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 blah. You know, so I don't know. It is what it is.